Hi there, everyone, and welcome to APT University. Today, we are going to focus on how to use our multi-warehouse and our customer order features together to provide vendor-managed inventory and consignment services to your clients. We will be taking any questions regarding these topics at the end, so you can enter those questions at any time into the Questions tab on your GoToWebinar control panel. If you want to learn more about AdvancePro, we do have over 60 past APTU episodes available on AdvanceProTech.com under the Resources tab or on our YouTube channel. So when we talk about vendor-managed inventory, we're actually describing a relationship with your clients where you might be going and visiting their location on a regular basis, raising their stock, going and taking items off of the truck, delivering it to them, and then billing them for what they've sold in the meantime. So the property that's at their location is still your asset at their location until the time of sale. You're essentially running a consignment situation with your client, where they're just holding the goods in their location and then selling it to their customers. And as they make sales, you can go ahead and bill them for the sold goods. So today we're going to talk about how to do this in AdvancePro, or one strategy for doing this in AdvancePro. Let's jump into AdvancePro itself. So we're going to jump over to the software. Here we go. And here we're in AdvancePro. Now, one way to do this is to use our multi-warehouse capability. So if we come to manage inventory, we can have multiple warehouses. We happen to have named these Warehouse 1 and Warehouse 2, but you could actually name them whatever you like. So you could have our main warehouse, and then you could have a warehouse set up for each client that you're doing vendor-managed inventory for. And you might have hundreds of clients. You can have as many warehouses as you like in AdvancePro. So you can set up each one, and then you're able to transfer stock into those warehouses. So we're going to transfer some stock right now. So here I'm just going to choose the From warehouse, and you can do this either from here in AdvancePro itself or from AP Mobile, our mobile app. So you can have someone come to that location, take a look at the stock, and transfer extra stock. So we'll go ahead and transfer that little bit of extra stock. We're going to do a direct transfer, which is an instant transfer, into our second warehouse. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the product that I'm moving. We're going to use this item. There it is. And if we need to add serial numbers that we're transferring, we can, or by expiration date and lot numbers, we can go ahead and transfer those over. And we'll put the quantity that I'm transferring. We're going to transfer 2. Okay. Now this is going to get recorded as a document we can refer back to. So what most people who do vendor-managed inventory do is they know that they're going to keep, say, 10 of a given unit at their customer location. And so we know that if we're moving 2 over, we were at 8, and now we're going to raise that stock up to 2 because they must have sold 2 units. So this is essentially your representative on site visiting the customer, raising their stock and saying, oh, there's 2 that have been removed from our inventory here. They must have sold 2. So we're going to replace those 2 units now, and later we're going to invoice them for 2 units. So I'm just saying we're going to replace those 2 units with a transfer. Here it is. And now what you'll get is once we transfer this out, and I'll give a reason, just restock, sold units. I'll go ahead and transfer that. Now, later, when we want to go and do our invoices, we can go and take a look at our transfer history, view all multiple transfers and adjustments. And when we look, we're going to be able to see all of the different transfers. We can actually choose the columns here, so we can have any of these fields available to us to take a look, such as notes. But what we can do is we can see, when we go and open an order up, what was on that order, what was actually moved around, and which warehouse it went to. So then we would just go ahead and we would make a sales order for those 2 items to that customer and invoice them immediately. So we'll go ahead and set up that customer, and we can process this. We can invoice them immediately, and that's done by checking off invoice only, so we don't have to ship. We'll go and add our 2 items to this order that we're going to invoice them for. We'll set 2. There we go. Now we can save this, and as soon as we place this order, it will be taken out of stock. Now we'll get a little pop-up since we're using multi-warehouse, and we can choose to pull out of that customer warehouse. Now again, you can name that warehouse, even the customer name or the customer location name, if you have a customer with multiple locations themselves. And another thing you can do is you can preset this customer to always pull from this warehouse, and I'll show that in just a moment. So as soon as I hit submit, that stock is withdrawn from our main stock in that warehouse, which means our stock counts will be correct. And we have an invoice now that we can send off to our customer for their sold goods for this period, whether it's a week or a month, however often we're visiting and raising our stock levels there. So there we go. In just a few moments, we've gone and fulfilled our vendor-managed order as far as going to their site and moving the stock to their location. And now we've gone and we've invoiced them for any of the products that have been sold during that time, and then we can just go ahead and hit create invoice. That'll send this invoice off to QuickBooks if we're using QuickBooks as well. So that's a quick look at vendor managed inventory. Now, if you want to create a customer that's actually permanently linked to a warehouse, so it will always pull from that warehouse, such as the situation we're dealing with right now, we can go to View Customers, we go into that customer's profile, and we can go to Additional Info, and we'll have the default shipping warehouse, so then we can just choose that warehouse for them to be filled from. And that way, anytime we pull from customer one's warehouse, for example, it'll actually pull from the warehouse we've set up to manage their stock by default. Okay, so that's just a couple of ways that we can work with vendor-managed inventory using AdvancePro so that we can manage stock on our customer sites and so that they can do things like consignment for us. So that's just a quick run through AdvancePro and this set of features. If you have any questions, do feel free to put them into the Questions tab on your GoToWebinar control panel. And if there's anything else, feel free to reach out to a member of our technical team. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.